So this is what I do sometimes. Besides the Rio Hondo bike trail, I'll come and exercise. You got a lot of cars. This camera is not the lens of the camera. The screen of my phone is facing away from me. So I'm guessing I'm showing you all that life has to offer. This is I'm going to do some exercises here, and I'll talk to you about what true forced loneliness is. This is a weight pulling machine. I'll do the best I can, one-handed. So, according to my mother, true forced loneliness began, when I couldn't deal with other kids, and it was tough. I guess because I was just shy. But I think the truth is, it was the way my parents were, always fighting, always being abusive, yelling and screaming at each other about taxes, bills, not getting dinner ready. My mom said that my dad never hit her, but I remember a time that she told a story where he quote unquote almost hit her. That was before any of us were born. So who can confirm and deny anything? My oldest sister would say, "Oh no, he never hit her." I would say to her, "No, you don't know that." That's what she told us. Parents will tell us the damnedest stories, I never smoked pot. I didn't have sex till I was 25, and that was to your mother. Parents tell us all kinds of lies because they're afraid that we're going to be just like them. But the more your subconscious comes out, the more it's true. It's just, that's how we are. And you can kind of see I do a little bit here. This is good because you're pushing about maybe almost maybe 70, 80 pounds because of the pressure of this thing. So the thing is, it was hard for me to have friends. It was hard for me to make friends. This is the skiing machine. It was hard for me to make a real difference. So I did the best I could, but I never made friends in nursery school, in preschool, in kindergarten, in first grade, second grade, third grade. In the third and fourth grade, the littler kids, the kindergarten kids, were picking on me. I never knew how to tie my shoes until I was about maybe after my brother died, 9 or 10 years old. I wore Velcro shoes. Here's the thing though too. I have hemophilia severe type A. So my mother would not only dress me up in a suit, like a little suit, like you're going on a business trip, but it's like, don't dress up your kids to isolate them, please. The other problem was that I wore a yellow helmet. This is why I don't like to wear helmets. Because if I wear helmets, then I'm not like the other kids. One kid asked if I was diseased. So I've had my share of bullies, of hazers, of bulliers. Okay, we're gonna get off this now. We're gonna go straight to this one here. This is this one you pull down instead of push up. Let's see how many I can do on this one. So that was tough. It was tough dealing with the other kids. It was tough trying to find my way, my identity. I had kids throw spit wads at me. I had kids throw paper airplanes at me. I've had kids try to trip me. I've had kids flail their arms or snap their fingers in my face. I've had kids do all kinds of rude shit to me. I was the nigger, Jap, wop, dago, towelhead, pedo of the group. And speaking of that, we're near a school. but I don't want to show the kids out of respect. So yeah, I'm thinking about all that right now. I think about how it was hard for me. It was hard for me to deal with the other kids. It was so bad. I used to have screaming fits. I used to cry a lot for no reason over spilled milk, spilled pizza, spilled nothing. I mean, it was hard for me. It was hard growing up, dealing with my dad, who would give me a spanking with a belt if I got F's in the 3rd grade. Between his cigarette smoking, between my older sisters crying and screaming about being punished when they were in their late teens, early 20s. That was tough. That was really tough. I'm going to do one more set here. And the fact that we were all, none of us, my parents didn't have friends. My dad had a couple of friends. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I was a bad little kid. But we never saw them again. My dad had 2 friends up in the mountains. Like, I'd say maybe near San Bernardino. Maybe the mountains over there. But we never saw them. Like when Halley's Comet passed by, maybe we saw them once in a while. I'm going to do this is what you're seeing here, cycling, like a standing cycle machine. I'll see how many of these I can do. And that was tough. It was tough for me. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to have to do this backwards. See, my legs are in backwards motion. There was this one kid, Sydney, who picked on me in my junior high school days, 6th grade, 7th grade. And that was tough. Kids would make those right, spitting sounds while I was trying to take tests. Now, all this stuff may seem like unrelatable to you, but if you know what hazing and bullying is, especially in fraternities these days, that now they get scrutinized by colleges like USC, UCLA, or wherever you see frats, hazing and bullying is just not allowed these days. But back then, people like Sydney in the 6th grade and 7th grade tried to pull that crap on me. People, when I went to a Christian school, okay? Christian school, the religion of Sunrise Hoodie's fruit, right? Because Sunrise Hoodie has interpreted the Bible to be for MGTOW, and that's fine. You can interpret the Bible any way you want. It doesn't mean it's 100% correct. Somebody will always shoot it down. It's a Christian faith. It's a Christian religion. Anyway, I'm sorry. Some of you might like Sunrise, and that's fine. You got to do what you got to do. But I went to a Christian school, the size no bigger than the length of this, from that intersection here to the end of the school. I went to a Christian private school, and we only had one kindergarten, one 1st grade class, one 2nd grade class, one 3rd grade class. So there was one 7th and 8th grade class for each grade. And the kids weren't very nice to me there either. I went to an all-boys school in Southern California, and all those boys were not very nice to me either. I didn't make real friends. That freshman year was hard. Sure, I made the dean's list and I got 3.0 grade point average. This is it's another pulling machine. Sure, I made the dean's list, but my dad had to pulled my hair by the roots. He pulled my ears. He, almost gave me another black eye. He threatened to hit me a lot of times. And while that happened, I couldn't make any friends. I couldn't make a girlfriend because there were no girls. It's an all-boys school. This was a Salesian It was a Salesian Catholic high school. You had priests, you had a couple of nuns, but mostly you had priests. Some of them were teachers. You had theology classes, Bible studies class. I kind of talked to people. I was afraid of my father for years, so I couldn't really do the things I wanted to do. I wanted to I mean, all I wanted to do in the universe was to just have friends, maybe have a girlfriend, maybe have a nice, easygoing life, and then get good grades. But my dad literally sucked the life out of my high school. Every every morning I have to get up at 6 o'clock, watch old cartoons, watch the Today Show, get out of the house by 7:15, and my father would drive me every goddamn day to school on the freeway. That was tough. I'm just doing one-handed, as you can see. So it was tough for me. It was unappreciating. It was a bastard. But what else could I do? Let me check the time on this. So I'll do a couple more exercises. Probably can't do this. This is sit-ups and push-ups. I did my sit-ups and push-ups this morning, so I'm okay. We'll do a couple of swings. So it was hard for me during high school. I transferred from school to high school to high school. My cousin Gabriel was in my third grade school to fifth grade, and he was a troublemaker. This is a pendulum. So the point is that you just have to, it was hard. I did not have sex until I was in my mid-20s. I didn't kiss my first girl until I was, she was 19 going on 20, and I was 23. So even when I went, I'll tell you which high school I went to. I went to Sure High, Montebello, and I graduated class of 96 because my grades at Bosco Tech were so bad. I got Fs, okay? And this was a private school. So I'm done. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that anymore. And for those of you who might be from my old schools and watching this, I have nothing more to say to you. I've said everything we've said to each other when we were in high school, we've said it. I've moved on with my life. So after trying dating on Tinder, Yahoo Personals, then collegeclub.com, then MySpace, and then Tinder and iCupid and Zoosk. After all that stuff, I decided I had enough. This is where you push your legs up like squats. And I decided I had enough. I can't do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. There's only so much abuse a man can take. So, true force loneliness, what it means to be alone, is having your family against you for nigger-hating reasons, having friends against you for nigger-hating reasons. I tried to make friends in college, in junior college. Most of them just talked in short sentences. I said, oh, no, nothing wrong. No, I don't know. It's like all in your head. I don't know. Well, I don't know anything about that. Well, no, I think everything's fine, man. I don't think that, they talk to you like everything's fine, but you know everything's not fine. You know they're full of shit. And that's the whole point. So I want you to leave with this thought that I am MGTOW, I am TFL, because the circumstances of my life forced me into that. I still have the hemophilia. I haven't found a cure yet. I have no girlfriend. I have not encountered a woman since 2012. I gave up on social media for finding women. If they come talk to me, they can come talk to me. I'm done with job hunting for the most part, because every time I try to get a job with my bachelor's degree, I get shown the door. And nobody wants to really help me. And people who do try to help me under false pretense that their bullshit shows up really quick within a couple of days. People who lied to me. Miguel Salazar. Yes, I will tell his name, because that motherfucker owes me $100. He owes me $100 for my art that I worked so hard on. So that's it. That's all I can tell about that. So I'm going to sign off now. I don't know how much you've learned from this, but the circumstances in my life have dictated that I'm just alone, and there's nothing I can really truly do about it. And what I'm doing now, I'm working on my art, I'm working on my writing. I do video games, sometimes I do board games, but I also exercise. I get outside. So for some people who criticize MGTOW always sit at home and do nothing, that's not exactly true. Some of us do stuff, but MGTOW can be truly divided. And I'll do that in a video maybe next week. I'll take the Rio Hondo Trail again, and we'll go north, and I'll show you more sights, and we'll talk more about how MGTOW can turn against each other. But for now, this is Meister Drake signing off. Be kind, be cruel, but be you.